Peter writes that Jesus suffered for us, and we also need to get it right in our mind that if Jesus suffered, if we're going to follow Jesus and live the way Jesus wants us to live, then there's probably going to be some suffering for us too. So that Peter's telling us in this verse that if we're going to defend our faith, if we're going to share our faith with others, we've got to get our minds right. You know, if most of us think back on our life, there's probably been times where we were living much more for ourselves or much more to please other people than we were living to please God.
And keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, and you are
Psalm 37:4 tells us this. It says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart." I believe that each one of you have been given unique desires from God. Things that God has just wired you for, things that you like to do, things that you find enjoyment in. And those are good things. God made us that way. But I think there's many times in our life where we let our own desires, we let those things we enjoy doing come before the will of God and what God wants for us in our life.
I've enjoyed being able to hang out with my friends so far, and the music here is pretty lit. I like to get away from all like the craziness and like lead to adventure somewhere and look at God's creation and stuff like that.
To learn how to like share the gospel, because there's been like plenty of opportunities that I've put in the past, but I haven't done it, and like I kind of regret it now. But I'm gonna start trying to do like more sharing.
We may have a fear of what others think about us. We may have a fear of not saying the right thing, or it may just be a general fear that you have when you think about sharing your faith. Therefore, since Christ suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves also with the same mind. For he who has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you.
And he told him you need to be living right. You need to be living righteous lives, living the way God has told you to live, living the way that the Bible tells us to live. But when you do that, it's not always going to look like the right way or the way the world says that we should be living. Okay, just because we live the way the Bible tells us to doesn't mean that's the way the world looks at it and says we should live that way. So don't let the world conform your mind, but be transformed by God's Word and the things of God.